Everyone says Grant Park is up and coming, but they've been saying that for over 20 years. This neighborhood is not memorable because it's trendy. This neighborhood grew around Atlanta's oldest surviving city park on land that Lemuel Grant donated to the city back in 1883. Grant Park gets lumped in with East Atlanta and Ormwood Park as some of the most exciting in-town neighborhoods. And yeah, prices have moved. But Grant Park is something all in itself. And here's what I tell my clients as a former teacher. You've got to look at the numbers. And you know what? Inventory is tight in this neighborhood. The inventory here goes from the 1900 to 1920s bungalows. We've got Victorian era homes. We have renovated homes. And we even have new homes that they squeeze into lots that are fairly small when it comes to the city. That mix of housing types matters because the price per square foot math changes things block by block. 3 things that buyers don't expect. Number 1, old homes mean old bones. But old bones don't necessarily mean that all of the updates have been done. You've really got to do your due diligence and take a look at the plumbing. Has it been updated? Has the electrical been updated? When did they have the roof redone last? A lot of these homes have not had a full system upgrade, and historic character doesn't cancel out the need to look at plumbing and roofing, foundations, and electrical. I always tell buyers, you've got to make sure that you have a good inspection and read that report and ask questions. You need to know what you're getting into. Don't just skim that summary page of the inspection report. Also remember, if you're in a historic district and you want to make changes to the exterior of your home, you might have to go through an extra level of approvals. So if you're looking to add on or add a pool or any of those things, make sure you know that you're able to do that before you make that purchase. Number 2, park frontage is a premium. Buying a home right on Cherokee Avenue across the street from the park is going to cost you more. Being near the zoo is going to increase that price. School zones and the exact street address sometimes make more of a difference than you think. Number 3, multiple offers still happen on the right house, even in this market today. If a house is priced right, it shows well, and has that historic charm, there are plenty of buyers out there looking for it. I coach my buyers on how to write that competitive offer in those multiple offer situations without overpaying out of panic. This is the difference between a good decision and an emotional one. If Grant Park is on your list, don't forget you're not just comparing bedrooms and bathrooms. You're comparing the condition of the older home, the exact block that the house is on, and that park premium, and the lifestyle that comes along with being able to walk to the park, walk to restaurants. Those are things that you're also looking at. I'll put together a full buyer's guide for you that walks through financing, strategy, homes that are currently on the market, and a neighborhood comparison, so you'll know what exactly to look for. If you did a Zestimate on your Grant Park home right now, I want you to wait 8 minutes. Give me 8 minutes to talk to you about a few things. Here's how pricing actually works in a neighborhood like Grant Park, and why 2 homes on the same block are worth tens of thousands of dollars different. In Grant Park, history creates value, but it doesn't create the same value for every home. Automated valuation tools, they just look at the zip code in its entirety. They don't know if your street floods or if it rains a little bit. What happens if it rains a lot? They don't know that the house 2 doors down just had a full renovation of their kitchen, or that one house that sits directly across the park where you can see the animals live every single day. Comps have to be pulled block by block, street by street, to get a true value of your home. Sometimes even the side of the street matters, because a school district could be right in between the 2. Right now, we're seeing renovated bungalows and those new construction houses gaining the most price per square foot. But don't discount those beautiful historic Victorians. Those absolutely pull the highest prices in this neighborhood. You still want to see that original craftsmanship in these homes. Original details can add emotional value. Buyers still want to discount for an old roof, aging systems, moisture issues, and other material defects that don't match the neighborhood. You absolutely want to make sure that you have a good inspector. So here's my science of real estate moment for you. Sellers think if they price high, they've got room to negotiate down. In practice, that actually does the opposite. It shrinks the buyer pool immediately because most buyers filter their searches in $25,000 increments. So if you are in that next block, you're missing those people. Price it accurately from day one and you'll have those showings that you're looking for. And usually a better outcome than chasing the market down 45 days later. That matters even more in Grant Park, where buyers compare condition, location, and even neighborhoods. I walk every seller through actual comps, not just a formula, but what's actually sold in the last 30, 60, and 90 days. Because that formula doesn't know the last time that you renovated your kitchen, when you updated your roof, or any other system, or whether the systems behind all of that pretty work still needs to be updated. This is what an actual Sunday looks like in Grant Park. Not a generic list of attractions, not just the tourist version. Let's go. First off is always coffee. My favorite place to go is just around the corner at Little Tart. You can grab something, you can sit inside, outside, just ready to get your day started. You'll see the whole neighborhood come right by and come through these doors. You'll see strollers, you'll see people with their dogs, you'll see runners, families, everybody out and about in Grant Park. That everyday rhythm will tell you so much more about a neighborhood than a listing description ever could. Grant Park, the actual park, is the reason half my clients want to live here. It is Atlanta's oldest surviving city park with more than 130 acres. The zoo itself started with animals from a failed circus in the 1800s. If you have dogs like I do, or you want green space built around your routine, this becomes real estate criteria, not just a weekend attraction. We've been coming here to Zoo Atlanta as a family, gosh, for the past 22 years. Cole's 22 now, and we've been bringing him here since he was a baby. He absolutely loves the zoo even now as an adult. So the cool thing is as he was getting older, he actually participated in the safaris, the Zoo Atlanta Safari summer camps. So if you're looking for something for your kids to do in the summer, he had a great time learning behind the scenes things. You know what? I remember that Donna and Cole actually did a behind the scenes overnight at the zoo as well. So they had a great time spending the night and getting to see the zoo at night. If you're looking for something at night but don't want to be around kids, I know that the Sip and Safari is coming in September. We've also done Boo at the Zoo, where they've done a little Halloween activity for kids, where the kids get dressed up and they get to trick or treat through the zoo, which is fantastic. While the pandas are not currently here, we do have them coming, a new set of pandas coming back. But it's really a great zoo where you can feed the giraffes, you can see red pandas. There's other things for the kids. There's a train, there's a climbing wall, there's a petting zoo. It's just a great day to spend at Zoo Atlanta. A few blocks out, you have the Beacon and the kind of local shops, cafes, and restaurants that do not feel like a chain took over the neighborhood. You've got Brazilian coffee, cocktails, live music in the mix, while surrounding businesses make this feel like a place residents actually use. That is the part of the charm buyers are paying for. It's not just the house, it's the whole Sunday. So we're gonna end our day right here at 6 Feet Under. Up on the rooftop deck is my favorite place. It overlooks historic Oakland Cemetery. If you're looking for food here, my favorite is the cold shrimp on ice. Pair that with some zucchini fries, spinach salad. If you know me, you know that we're gonna have a cold margarita to drink, and what a great way to end a Sunday evening here in Grant Park. This is The Cell. It's not a generic restaurant list. This is where real people in the neighborhood actually come to eat. We're building our entire Sunday around Grant Park, places that you'll go every weekend when you live right here. If a Sunday like this sounds like your kind of life, Grant Park might just be the neighborhood for you. The park, the zoo, the Beltline, local food and hidden history. Something for everyone behind every street. I'll leave a few more spots in the description. If you want the real estate side of the story, that's my other specialty. Grant Park is not for everyone. The history, the park, the zoo, older homes, that's what gives this neighborhood real personality. But it also creates trade-offs. Here's an honest breakdown for you of who thrives here and who should look 2 neighborhoods over. If daily park access means more to you than a big backyard, this could be your neighborhood. If you want walkability to places like 6 Feet Under, Birdcage, the Beacon, and the zoo, well, Grant Park might just be the one. And if you like historic architecture and are comfortable with some home renovations, Grant Park might just be what you've always been looking for. Meaning that you're not scared of a fixer-upper and you're not afraid of an inspection report. You might find more character here in this neighborhood than other neighborhoods around Atlanta that have already fully turned. Now, if you need a new construction or a large lot and a zero risk for renovations, Grant Park might not be the neighborhood for you. Grant Park's older structure and older homes might frustrate you. And if you want to make changes to the exterior, it might cause you more problems than you're willing to deal with. If you don't want to think about old systems and crawl spaces and foundations, we should probably look for some new builds in some other neighborhoods. And if school zoning is your #1 priority, we need to talk about specifics because it varies street by street and it depends on what type of schools that you're looking for your kids. If you're comparing Grant Park to Ormwood Park, well, Ormwood Park is gonna run a little bit more renovated. It doesn't have that park premium. It has more of a neighborhood feel. Grant Park's biggest asset is the park, the zoo, the historic district, and the energy around the neighborhood itself. Ormwood is slightly quieter with a more residential feel. Neither is better. It depends on what you're looking for. Whether you're authorizing direct access to the park and local activities, or you're looking for something a little bit more quiet. That's exactly the conversation I have with every client before we begin touring neighborhoods. If you're torn between neighborhoods, that's normal. And that's why we have a buyer consultation before we ever go out to see houses. Grant Park may look great in a highlight reel, but once we consider budget, space, and the yard, you may want to look at another one. The right decision comes down to your budget, your tolerance for older homes, your commute, and how much you're going to use the amenities in the neighborhood. Book time with me below, and we'll figure out which neighborhood fits how you live, not just what's trending.